Hey, Jorge Estrada. I hate that it sounds like a emergency broadcast. It is not. But I do want to make something clear that a lot of people misunderstand. They say after Russia hit Ukraine, they say, oh my God, I hope it doesn't start World War III. Then Hamas hit Israel and they say, oh my God, I hope it doesn't start World War III. World War III started 3 years ago with the release of a deadly virus that was meant to kill people, as many as possible. Why? For several reasons. First of all, they dream about depopulation, so we have more resources. Second, a lot of older people were hit, so they save a lot of money because they don't have to pay out their retirement anymore. And the spouse has never full access to all of the retirement. It's just partially. So they save a lot of money. But that's just my opinion, of course. And according to this government we live under right now, I would be a radical domestic terrorist. So I wear this badge with honor because I call them out as I see it. And I don't go with the program that they think that people should live by. So if you pay attention, World War III started already. All that COVID, it came the government overreach with lockdowns, curfews. We got mandatory vaccination shots that the government handed out. Some private entities went along with it. All this causing shortages because people couldn't go to work anymore. Everything was slowed down. So we had shortages. Prices went up. With that came a financial crisis. People had no income anymore. Everything was more expensive. Then the government prints money. We have inflation, so everything gets even more expensive. Then we have the problem that all of our money goes overseas. All of our military equipment goes overseas. This is all done on purpose to weaken us here as a country. On top of that, we have this corruption going on that apparently we're not allowed to question. We are not allowed to investigate. We're just supposed to sit down and shut up about it. I'm not going to do that. And yeah, we're also negotiating with terrorists again instead of wiping them out. We have the people, we have the skills, and we can actually we can do it. But our government chooses not to. And there's a reason for that. And they want us divided. They want us weakened physically, financially. They want us hating each other, so we go on each other's throats. And then they can swoop in and say, hey, we got the solution. And their solution is more government. Their solution is more draconian laws and rules and regulations. And this is not okay. I mean, this invasion at the southern border is on purpose. We could stop it. It's on purpose. They don't want to. How is it that a sitting vice president can contribute to a fund that is bailing out violent offenders? How is this a thing? Why is she still in office? These people fuel hate, fuel division. That's what they do. But the Democrats are good, or not Democrats, but the far left. They are good at abusing language, at misusing language, and they put everything in nice words, but in the end what they do is spew hate. That's what they do. And that's why they go after everybody who questions them, everybody who wants to investigate them, and they just ridicule everything and say they're innocent, and nothing of the such ever happened, but obviously it did. It's just people don't want to believe it. It's more important for them if Trump really peed on that mattress in Russia 20 years ago, or, you know, if Biden really got 10% for the big guy. So, you know, be real. Hate the one guy, that's fine, I don't care. But also be real about the guy that you support. Because that ain't right what's going on there. And that needs to be investigated absolutely 100%. So all this is done on purpose. What you see on college campuses is not okay. We cannot handle that. I don't understand why. There's people hiding in libraries because the other side wants to hurt them and threaten them. That's not okay. Fly a Palestinian flag. I don't care. That is protected speech. That is your First Amendment. You can even say you don't like Israel. That's fine. That's your right. But as soon as you threaten people, as soon as you assault people, destroy other people's property, that's when we have a problem. And you telling me that police over there cannot handle it? Campus security cannot handle it? That is all done on purpose. They could handle it if they wanted to. Our government is a failure. Talk about the guy in Maine. That's the last thing they need. That's their last puzzle piece, is gun control in the United States, or the ban of certain guns, or they want to ban all guns, because then the world is just full of rainbows and unicorns once the guns are gone. So that's the last puzzle piece. So of course, like on cue, something happened, mass shooter, which was a government failure. Why? Because this guy was a known lunatic, has been committed for 2 weeks in a mental health facility. He is by law not allowed to have firearms. On the 4473 form, you cannot legally transfer firearms. This is where HIPAA is a problem. HIPAA needs an exemption, where doctors that have patients like that made active threats, saying I hear voices and the voices tell me to shoot up my workplace or something else. This is where these people need to report their patients to the FBI. They can enter them into NICS. So NICS denies a firearms transfer. With that, you go to the local judge and file an emergency order and confiscate the guns that he already owns. Now, if he's smart and he has them hidden somewhere, he might have some left that we don't find, but this is our due diligence. This is what we need to do when we have people like that. And in this case, there would have been due process because there was a formal complaint by a professional. It went through the courts. He can appeal that decision. It is your due process. You follow the requirement, you go do your classes, you go do your, take your medication, you go see your doctors, and you can appeal the decision so you get the right back to own firearms. But that didn't happen. Why? Because it was wanted. They let him get away with it. And now we find him dead. Ha! How convenient, right? Also, on the other side, why did he choose soft targets? Because he wanted a high body count. And because law-abiding citizens are so gullible, none of them had a gun in there. Because they were not supposed to. So again, it's our laws, our gun laws, are hurting the law-abiding citizen because the criminals don't give a damn about it. Terrorists don't give a damn about it. So if you're still out there taking your selfies on the internet, on social media, and complaining about your first world issues and all your problems, you are not as woke as you think you are. You are actually exactly the person that a tyrannical government needs and wants. You're probably their poster child for a poster citizen. So if you want to get real, then do your homework, stop this first world nonsense crap, get to work. Because we haven't seen anything yet. This is not a doom and gloom announcement, but people need to get real. Because stuff is coming. Stuff is already here. It's just the question is, when does it pop off? And then what is the police gonna do? What is the military gonna do? Are they gonna turn on the American citizens, or are they gonna take on the terrorists as they should? It's a big question. We'll see what happens, but you need to stop with your first world problems. World War III is already here.